Friday, the 16th of January, 2026. Got a reminder right before we check out the weather. There's going to be a craft fair this weekend, Saturday, January 17th, 9 to 3. That'll be at the Clifford Memorial Building right there at 65 Court Street in Woodsville. We invite you to stop by, warm up, and visit a great selection of local vendors. Now the weather. It's being brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet. It's part of the Autosaver Group, and that's a really big deal, as in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus that comes at no charge with the purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group, and that's a really good deal. Being in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus comes with no charge with a purchase or lease of every vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. What does that mean for you? 2 years of unlimited scheduled maintenance, unlimited oil filter changes and tire rotations, lifetime state inspections, and so much more. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and a big deal plus. WellsRiverChevy.com.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly to partly cloudy, chance of a mountain snow shower early, highs in the upper teens to lower 20s, west to southwest winds gusting to 20 miles an hour. For tonight, increasing clouds, chance of snow showers, lows in the single digits to around 10 above. Saturday, mostly cloudy, chance of snow showers, highs in the low to mid 30s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Lawrence, thank you very much. Don't forget, we chat live with the Fairbanks Museum shortly after 7:30, right after birthdays and anniversaries. And we expect to be chatting with Mark Breen this morning, so we hope he can hang around and be part of that. At 19 minutes after 6, we're in the single digits at our Route 302 broadcast studios, heading for the mid to upper teens today. And that's the morning drive weather heading into the weekend from the Fairbanks Museums, brought to you by Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and now the Big Deal Plus on the web at wellsriverchevy.com. Joshua Smith had a conversation a few weeks ago with Capstone. We'll be listening to that.
We got a very special guest on the line. We have Linda Anderson, who is the Director of Family and Community Support Services out of Capstone Community Action. Linda, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So one of the things that you hear to talk about is your Fuel Your Neighbor campaign that is happening as of this moment, correct?
It is, yes.
Yeah. So talk to our listeners a little bit about the Fuel Your Neighbors campaign.
Sure. So Capstone's Fuel Your Neighbors campaign is presented by East Rise. This is an annual 100-day initiative that raises funds for our emergency food and heating assistance programs. And this year our campaign goal is $350,000. That campaign helps us support our food shelf, which is one of the largest in central Vermont. In 2025 alone, we served over 2,600 people. And that program has no public funding. So the Fuel Your Neighbors campaign really is critical to keeping that food shelf active and stocked and ready to meet our community's needs. It also helps provide heating assistance for our low-income Vermonters, and it helps fill gaps when the state funding doesn't.
Right, and then so far this year, you've had over 1,400 Central Vermonters receive heating assistance this year. How does that compare to previous years?
I think our numbers are fairly consistent year to year. Now, something to keep in mind, of course, is that number reflects the people we're able to serve. It doesn't reflect all the people that come through our doors seeking assistance.
Okay.
So the more numbers that come in, the more amount of money that comes in, the more people we can help. A lot of times we'll see folks that are just outside of our income guidelines for state fuel assistance. They might be folks that, on paper, looks like they can make enough to fill their needs, but they might have something that's happening, cancer treatments, other medical issues that we see come up. They might have a car that broke down, but that car is really critical to be able to meet the rest of their financial requirements, so they have to put money toward it. All these unexpected things that happen in their lives.
So Capstone's Barrie location that operates one of the largest food shelves in central Vermont had over 2,600 people use it so far this year. And so same question as before, how does this compare to previous years?
I think I've heard that we've seen a rise in need, especially around the Three Squares changes when the funding went away for 3 squares for a short period of time, we certainly saw an influx there.
Right. And then you mentioned, too, about the Fuel Your Neighbors campaign is a 100-day initiative. When is the start of that, and when does that initiative wrap up?
It begins on Giving Tuesday,
Okay.
and then it ends up, I believe, at the end of March.
Okay. So people still have plenty of time to help support Capstone's initiative on this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we accept donations year-round, so there's never not a good time to give.
Right. And remind people, too, of what the mission is for Capstone Community Action.
So our mission is really to help alleviate the issues that are caused by poverty and help people move out of poverty. We want to help people stabilize and be able to get to a point where they can eventually hopefully meet their own needs without relying on our services.
Right. So we're talking to Linda Anderson, who is the Director of Family and Community Support Services. And Capstone Community Action, you guys are pretty much everywhere in the entire state, right?
So community action agencies are. There are 5 in the state of Vermont, and Capstone covers Lamoille, Washington, Orange, and Northern Windsor. And then there are 4 other community action agencies in the state that do similar work to what we do.
Okay. And so also, too, you have some of your business sponsors that you mentioned that are help promoting the Capstone's Fuel Your Neighbors campaign. And you mentioned this is also sponsored by Easterize?
Yes.
Yeah. And so at Capstone Community Action, how can somebody be active? Like, can they volunteer, or do you guys have any job openings available as well?
So we often have job openings. We have a variety of different ways people can be involved. There are a few volunteer opportunities through our food shelf, our volunteer income tax assistance program. We'll be looking for greeters out of our Randolph office soon. Beyond that, we often have requests that we might put out into a community for specific needs for individuals. I would say if people are interested in getting involved, they should contact their local office and have a chat with them.
Right. And I know, like, the last few years, we've been very fortunate with having mild winters. And this year, we got hit pretty early with very cold and snowy weather.
We have.
How has this affected your Fuel Your Neighbors campaign?
So this year, due to some uncertainties around funding and what was going to happen, we were not able to open as early as we normally would. We opened at the beginning of November versus early to mid-October. So we saw a lot of needs sort of bottlenecked that came into play early on. And unfortunately, we're slightly understaffed right now and in the hiring process. So it has definitely been a challenge to keep up and meet all of the needs that are coming in our door. We are seeing things slow down for a little bit because the state supplemental fuel assistance came out at the middle of November. So people did, for the most part, see a little bit of security with that, so they were able to access those funds. But we will see it pick up probably early January.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And so it sounds like, as I say, is like I've worked with Capstone in the past, and it's an amazing organization. And as Linda mentioned, there are some job opportunities for folks out there, and there's also some volunteer opportunities for folks out there. Linda, any final comments?
I just think that community action really is about building up our communities and figuring out how we support each other. And some of the best ways we've seen that happen is through initiatives where we are networking with different community partners, with the faith community, other community members that just want to make a difference. The ability to create shelter spaces, to create opportunities for folks to provide camping supplies, for folks to get out there and really sort of activate our community as a whole to make a difference.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. We've been talking to Linda Anderson, who is the Director of Family and Community Support Services over at Capstone Community Action. Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
We're coming up 6:32. Good morning. I'm Stephen John, and our many guests that we'll be chatting with between now and 9 o'clock this morning. Paul Ordway's up in just a few minutes. Give us an update as to what's happening at PTO's Repair in Fairleigh. But now the weather, it's being brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the AutoSaver Group, where every deal comes with a Big Deal Plus, a 2-year unlimited schedule maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life.
So where's the big deal?
Holy shamoly, it's Matt LeCire from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Now's the time to get into a brand new Jeep during the Start Something New sales event. Right now at St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, drive a brand new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited, lease it for just $359 per month for 39 months with zero money down. That's right, zero down on a Compass Limited packed with premium features, advanced safety, technology, and legendary Jeep capability built to handle Vermont roads with confidence. You'll find St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram just over the railroad tracks in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Easy to find and worth the trip. Stop in today or visit us online and take advantage of this exceptional lease on a 2026 Jeep Compass Limited for just $359 per month with zero down.
Lease for stock number SJJ 26002. 10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles. 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, registration extra. Must have Coors till latest brand lease. First payment due at signing.
St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly to partly cloudy, chance of a mountain snow shower early, highs in the upper teens to lower 20s, west to southwest winds gusting to 20 miles an hour. For tonight, increasing clouds, chance of snow showers, lows in the single digits to around 10 above. Saturday, mostly cloudy, chance of snow showers, highs in the low to mid 30s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Hey, Lawrence, we're in the well, it's actually single digits. I was going to say mid-single digits. What's that mean? Anyway, it's cold. We're heading for the mid-teens. Maybe I meant to say that. Anyway, you're now up to date on the weather. It's compliments of your friends at St. Johnsbury CDJR in St. Johnsbury, which is part of the Autosaver Group. They're also online at stjohnsburycdjr.com at 200 Memorial Drive. At 6:34, it's the weekly conversation we have with Paul Ordway during the winter months. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Stephen John.
Well, warm temps mean thawing. We had plenty of that.
Yeah.
Now we have ice out there.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah.
We go from one extreme to the other this winter, huh?
We do. All right, so the plows have been sharpened, and the sanders have been worked pretty hard the last couple of months, too, haven't they?
Oh, yes, yeah. We're in sander mode now. Yeah, the last few days we're working on sanders and selling sander parts. So it kind of cycles around, and yeah, it's crazy. We'll see what today brings this weekend. You got to be careful out there, walking, driving. What a temperature change from yesterday to today.
Yeah, it happened. It happened in a hurry. It seemed like fell like a rock, didn't it?
Yeah, must have dropped out of Canada or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, maybe Mark will tell us more about that. We'll be chatting with him in about an hour or so. Meanwhile, usually we focus a lot of our attention on the snow plows, the Fisher snow plows. But right now, because it is icy, maybe we need to talk more about the sanders.
Yeah,
I don't know.
anybody looking for a sander, we can try to get you one in. I am all out with sanders, and we can still hunt around, find a deal that's got one maybe, or get one trucked in from Milwaukee. And so there is different sanders. You get the Tempest Polycaster, they call it. It's a stainless steel running gear with a plastic tub, or you can get the Tempest stainless steel.
Maybe we can, remind our listeners, the people who want to get into snow plowing and sanding next year, to start talking to you now about a sander, even though you don't have any now, but you're going to have it on board for next year.
Absolutely, yeah. Something you want for next year. Definitely let us know in March or any time. Mm-hmm. By March, we have to put an early order in, and we can put your request order right in with ours and have it come in this summer and get you set up and ready to go.
All right. The smallest sander you could get from Fisher is what, and what does it fit on?
Well, they do have the Trail Commander, which is a drop spreader, which is good for sidewalks and stuff. There's two sizes there. And then there's a 225 and a 600. And there is some smaller plastic ones. There's a plastic one that will go into like a gator and that kind of thing. It's called a UTV poly. It's a little poly plastic sander will go in there. There is some that will go in your reach hitch. A lot of those can only take bag material. So you'll see the 300, which is a remote. That can only take bag material. There's a Speedcaster 525, 900. Those are pretty much all bag material. Got either sand in a bag or salt in a bag. And then we jump, which I'm installing one today. It's a 0.35 yard stainless steel one. It's a little stainless steel. You can put it in your truck bed or in a bed of a gator or something. It's all electric. It's just, what is it, about 3 foot long. The body is about 3 foot. I'm putting in one today. And there is another one that's called 0.70, which is 7 cubic yard, a little bit longer. It'll go in the back of a half-ton truck or something to that nature. And you can load it by shovel. You can load it by the corner of the bucket, and have spillage. But they're little. They're stainless steel. They're quite the unit. And then we jump up into the stainless steel 1.5, 2.2, 3, and so on.
Wow.
Yeah, and polycasters, there's 2 models. There's the 1.5 cubic yard and then the 2.2 cubic yard. Okay. So there's some options.
Yeah.
Have any questions, give us a call or stop by and we can talk it over, show you what there is available.
Yeah, we've gone into detail about plows before, but I don't know if we've ever gone into detail about sanders. So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, probably haven't touched on that in a while. The different models, different sizes. It's pretty amazing, and they are quite the product.
Yeah. So you're an authorized dealer. What does that mean?
Well, I am an authorized dealer, so I am not a distributor. I can't be a distributor because there's 3 around me. Mm-hmm. So I have to order from a distributor. I don't order direct. I work good with Ash Supply up in Littleton. Mm-hmm. We've been working together for a long time. And so he is a distributor. He also has a website. It's you can go on and order parts, and he'll ship them to you. And that's pretty cool. He has like a store online. Mm-hmm. It's Ash Supply Snowplows.com or something like that. I can't think of it right now. Mm-hmm. And you go on in, and it will tell you the part number. It will show you a picture of it. It's pretty cool. And UPS is stuff out every day to people all across, up to Alaska, across, the eastern states and stuff, and ship stuff right to you. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. And so I am associate dealer, authorized dealer, whatever, but I have to order through a distributor, and we do work great together. Yeah. And sometimes I have something he doesn't have, and we'll get it shipped out.
Cool. That's what it means. Take care of those customers out there. PTO's Repairs, new location, 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh, about 3.5 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford. And,
yes.
And things are working out good.
They are going
awesome.
Good. So the parts area is not 100% organized, but we're going to do some changing here this spring. Okay. We'll get it organized a little better. We kind of were busy when we moved and had some people lined up, so we didn't have a lot of time to get situated, and so we have some work to do this spring, and we'll get that all taken care of. You can walk in, you can see the parts we have now, where you couldn't see all the parts that we've had before.
All right, then that's pretty cool update, because we haven't chatted too much about those sanders. So, yes.
Yeah.
Plows and sanders, Fisher Authorized Dealers, PTO's Repair, now at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. Final comment might include what today?
Well, if you are thinking of something, a sander or plow, let us know. Okay. We'll call us, stop in, whatever. We'll talk about it. We'll show you. We'll give you the options. Like we've talked before, you can go on to fisherplows.com or ptosrepair.com, and it'll up an e-match. You can figure out what plow goes to your truck, or you can also now you can click on a sander, and it'll give you the options for sanders to go in your vehicle, whether it be a UTV or pickup just click on the buttons and fill it up.
A lot of options available.
Yes.
Yep, and you bring a lot to our listeners every week. We'll continue to do this for, I guess, another couple of months, and we look forward to it.
All right. Everybody travel safe out there today. It's a big temperature drop. Things are going to be icy. And
They are.
we've already had some mistakes yesterday up in north, and tractor-trailer and a state truck collided, and I'm glad everybody's okay on that one. So
Definitely.
drive careful. Give yourself some space.
Paul, enjoy the weekend, all right?
All right. You too.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, right.
Paul Ordway and his wife Kim, owners of PTO's Repair, new location, as we said, right there on Route 5 in Fairleigh. You'll look forward to our weekly conversation with Paul. All right, Stephen, John, and friends, we take you right up until 9 o'clock this morning. We'll be checking out the weather momentarily, and then a conversation I had a couple of days ago with Winston Oakes, the owner of Budget Lumber in North Haverhill.
Hi, it's Chelsea from Wise, and this is our 10th year producing Wise Words. Today, Jillian, a junior from Thetford Academy, is sharing Wise Words.
Our relationships are the connections we have with people in our lives. We have relationships with parents, siblings, friends, teachers, and classmates. We have relationships with people our own age, people older than us, and younger. Some relationships are very close, like a best friend, and others aren't, like someone we just met. No matter what kind of relationship we have, we deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. Sometimes we might think someone is being nice, but something doesn't feel quite right. Our bodies are smart. We might feel butterflies in our bellies, or our skin might feel prickly. We might not know exactly what is wrong, but our bodies do. What feelings do you notice in your body when someone isn't nice or makes you feel uncomfortable or confused? Who is an adult you can ask for help?
These Wise Words are supported by the Hypertherm Hope Foundation, a proud sponsor of Wise and our goal to end violence, share hope, and change lives.
6:44, good morning. Time to check out the weather. Compliments of Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868. We're now into 2026. Be sure to give Chief a call. Do it today and line up your projects.
Chief Crushing and Excavation, with plenty of products available that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby Vermont or New Hampshire locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Excavation and land clearing services are also available. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has the knowledge, know-how, and equipment to get the job done right for you. For quarry operating hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly to partly cloudy, chance of a mountain snow shower early, highs in the upper teens to lower 20s, west to southwest winds gusting to 20 miles an hour. For tonight, increasing clouds, chance of snow showers, lows in the single digits to around 10 above. Saturday, mostly cloudy, chance of snow showers, highs in the low to mid 30s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation. Be sure to line up your projects with Chief by calling 802-584-3868. That's 584-3868. And they pull product from both Vermont and New Hampshire locally. 6:46 coming up. Conversation I had recently with Winston Oakes. Now that we're into 2026, a couple of weeks anyway, we find out what's happening at Budget Lumber in North Haverhill. Winston Oakes, the owner. How you doing, Winston?
I'm doing good.
All right. We've been doing this for a few months. This sale started back in 2025, the summer of 2025, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
We just got too much stuff.
Yeah. Well, as you know, I was in there last week. It looks like you've done a pretty good job of rolling stuff out of there.
Yeah, the commodities and things that people use daily, like in building, that goes pretty quickly. And most, I think we only got one size of lumber in stock now. Is everything else is gone.
Sure.
Pine's down to 1x4s, but I mean it's still very cheap.
Mm-hmm. A lot of doors and a lot of windows then.
We do, but I got stuff that we kind of haven't talked about. Is I got a whole bunch of pegboard that's already painted white. So if you wanted something to put up and it's already finished, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I got quite a charge of that still.
Mm-hmm.
We got some ceiling tile, got some of the older 12x12 staple up if somebody wants to put up a ceiling, 25 cents a piece. I think, I like that, something around that.
Yeah, and that's not the suspended stuff. That's the stuff that goes right up against.
This is the older style staple up that some people still like, believe it or not.
It's rugged stuff.
It is. Once it's up, it looks really nice, and it stays there for a long time, unless you have a leak of some kind. But any sealing shows that. But because if you're doing just a small bathroom or something like that, when then sheetrock it's kind of a pain. So there's quite a few guys still using this, and we bought a couple of pallets of it, so we still have some left at least.
Now, what's the stuff you were talking about? I think it's 4x8 sheets that you can put in your garage. It's kind of waterproof.
That was that white tile board, which is just a baked-on finish. It's waterproof.
Mm-hmm. That's gone, or you still have some?
Actually, I only have about 20 pieces left out of a couple hundred.
Okay, well, somebody has interest, and Winston's got a few left.
Probably the radio sold some of it.
Yeah, we hope so. Yeah. All right. So you are still ordering some stuff, I assume.
We're doing special orders just like we ever did, and will till we close, because we're here. We might as well be selling somebody something. But,
sure.
But it seems like if you come in, you're looking for something, and if we don't have it, some people ask, well, how much is a new one?
Mm-hmm.
And like yesterday, we sold 2 French doors that we don't have in stock, but the guy wants to buy them anyway. So we gave him a price, and both of them were sold. So the sales bringing in new customers. I guess that's what it means.
Well, that's good. In regards to your doors and windows, you still get a good supply. What do you still kind of top heavy in regards to doors?
Oh, we're still pretty top heavy and primed interior doors.
Mm-hmm.
I probably still got a couple thousand out there.
Picking's good then.
Picking's pretty good.
Yeah.
And the price, is $25 a piece. No matter what you pick.
You
still got some pre-hung doors too. If you need something you want to put into an opening, right away, there's a few of them scattered out through there too. Probably.
Sure. So for the most part, everything's now 50% off then.
There it is till it's gone. That's what it's amounted to.
Okay. And this was
stay here and sell it till it's gone. Then of course, we'll get down to the end, and then we'll be negotiating with people. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're halfway through January. Boy.
So it's been fun actually, because it's people are getting a good deal, and almost every, if you want it, it's a sale, because the price is correct.
Okay. So are you posting anything online anywhere in regards to this sale, Winston?
Our marketplace is a lot.
There is. All right.
We're going to be doing the advertising in the 3 papers and 3 radio stations. So we'll keep you abreast of what we still got.
Right. And we do this every couple of weeks. Winston jumps on and lets us know. So, all right. So what are your hours?
8 to 4 weekdays again. James has gone to work at his new job, so we lost one employee, but we had it all planned a long time ago.
Sure, James, good man. He was there about 20 years, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He went to Home Depot, so if you want to go to contractor counter, and you've done business with him before, that's where he is.
Good. All right.
He's in the pro desk, I guess, up there. So
all right.
It's a good job for him, and it's not any further to drive than it was here. So.
Good. All right.
But he worked out. He's worked here a long time.
Yeah, well, it's working out for everybody then. So January, and it will continue with a 50% off at Budget Lumber in North Haverhill. Does not include Budget KB, right?
It does not. No, the kitchen center is going to stay normal. It'll be separate sooner or later. So.
Okay, good. All right, Winston, we know you're busy. You got a big sale going on, so we'll do this again. It looks like probably the last Friday of the month on the 30th.
Wow, 1st of February.
We'll be heading towards spring in a hurry by then.
Yeah, the Daytona 500 will be running pretty soon.
That is true. Well, okay.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, more updates on that in a couple of weeks. Winston, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
All righty. All right, what's the weather like this weekend? We are about to find out, and so are you. And it's compliments of your friends at Farmway right there in Bradford. Be sure to check out their Lazy Boy selection of furniture. You can do that. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Fridays until 8 p.m. They are also online at vermontgear.com. In Bradford, Farmway invites you to shop their in-stock Lazy Boy furniture. Farmway has plenty of styles and colors to choose from, something to fit everybody, including pet-friendly fabrics. Check the prices. You won't be disappointed. Shop in a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere. And if you don't see it, Farmway can order it. Delivery and removal is available. Just ask about the rates. At Farmway, they take immense pride in offering a wide selection of top-quality brands in footwear, clothing, camping, and hunting gear, furniture, and gifts. Shop locally in Bradford at Farmway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, mostly to partly cloudy, chance of a mountain snow shower early, highs in the upper teens to lower 20s, west to southwest winds gusting to 20 miles an hour. For tonight, increasing clouds, chance of snow showers, lows in the single digits to around 10 above. Saturday, mostly cloudy, chance of snow showers, highs in the low to mid 30s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, Lawrence, thank you very much. There you have it. We have temperatures, they're in the single digits right now, but as Lawrence just said, we will be climbing up into the mid-teens today. So not a real heat wave compared to temperatures, 35, 40 degrees that we've been experiencing. That is the latest weather. Don't forget, we'll be chatting with the Fairbanks Museum shortly after 7:30, right after birthdays and anniversaries. This weather update brought to you by your friends at Farmway, right there in Bradford. Be sure to stop in and check them out. They're also online at vermontgear.com. And remember, they are closed Sunday and major holidays. Plenty of free parking. They look forward to having you stop by and see what they're all about at Farmway. Glad you could join us at WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, W286DE Wells River, 105.1 FM. It is 7 o'clock. All right, here we are 4 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's say good morning to Charlie Gray at Four Corners Farm. How you doing, Charlie?
Good morning. It's 11 degrees out this morning. I'm out on the porch looking at all the snow and the cars go by. So,
and I'm sure you like the snow. You probably wish we had a little bit more on the ground right now.
Yeah, at least it's not bare, especially with the strawberries. The matted row is the ones that we grow in the ground, but without the plastic. Those can handle a little less snow because they're so tucked in with the straw. But our plastic culture berries that are out a little more exposed, one of our fields, a little ways up the road, it's beautiful right now because they didn't get as much rain yesterday as we did, and it's still just sealed. You don't see any black or gold or anything, so that's a really good sign.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been. We were 11 last night, and everything's covered, and there's a little bit of snow. So if we get, it doesn't look like we're getting another thaw. So hopefully we get a little more snow, just a couple more inches to cover everything back up, and that will help us out. So far, knock on wood, this winter has been pretty good on the strawberries. Anytime it's been cold, we've had snow cover, and anytime we haven't had a lot of snow cover, it's been, warm. I mean, warm is, for the strawberries is anything, above the teens. So it's been nice. It's been, so far, it's been better than last year, even though last year was a little warmer.
Yeah, always have to be paying attention to the weather, don't you?
Yeah, it's kind of my second job. It's I probably should have gotten a minor in meteorology in college.
Right. Hey, Charlie, you just took a little bit of a trip. Tell us about where you went and how important that is to Four Corners Farm.
Yes, it's one of the key ingredients for being able to just to work nonstop in the summer is that for a little bit of time in the winter you go out and do something different and relax and It's more of a reflection. I take a vacation to kind of do a reflection of the season and then how did I do and what do I need to change for another year. And so it was way back in September. I was looking for airplane flights for my wife and my son and I, and there was you had to fly on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, but it was just really, really affordable. So I got a flight from Manchester, New Hampshire to Cancun, and we just spent a week in Cancun, Mexico. It was really nice to be on the beach and swim in the ocean every day. And it was quite affordable and safe, and food, eating tacos every day, and it was a really good time to get away and be somewhere warm for a couple of days. And then from there we came back, and we're part of an organization called North American Strawberry Growers, And they have a conference every year. Last year, that was kind of the reason why we went out to Hawaii for that. But this year, it was down in Savannah, Georgia. So we went to Savannah, Georgia for 4 or 5 days, and that was really good. It was, whatever's new is happening, and strawberries around the country. We get to learn about it. So a couple new bugs, a couple new insects, or a couple new diseases coming, and some new sprays, new fertilizers, new varieties, stuff like that.
Oh, there's a lot to it. Always a lot to it. So you're getting greenhouses ready for the delivery of tomato plants? Is that the deal?
Oh, we're still, the tomato plants come end of February, but it's something when you have, some of our greenhouses are quite old, so they need a little refresh, and that's what, over the next month or so. So that way, when the tomato plants get here, we're ready to go. Just checking heaters, making sure they're all sealed up tight. Simple things like that. So.
Okay. All right. So things are good at Four Corners Farm with this. We're about halfway through winter almost, aren't we?
Yeah, something like that. They say normally by the first of February you should have half your wood and half your hay.
Yeah. And
I think we have a little less than half our hay, and I think we have a little less than half our wood. So probably by March you're going to be needing to go out to the woods, and I can't hay anymore, so I got to go find some more hay for. Or we're going to get rid of a few animals. But other than that, it's doing pretty good.
That's good. Maybe it's wishful thinking. If you look at the calendar, we're basically only 3 weeks into the new year and into winter.
Yeah.
So, oh well. All right. So we'll get another update from you in roughly a month.
Yeah, and then we'll be probably greenhouses will be ready, and we'll almost have tomato plants by then.
Is there anything that our listeners can still order from Four Corners Farm, even though it's winter?
Yeah, so up at the dairy barn, we still have raw milk available, and there is cheese and meat available in the fridge up there as well.
Okay, that's good to know. Charlie, enjoy winter. Hope you can get out there and do a little bit of skiing.
I will. I'm going over to Northeast this weekend if the snow didn't go away.
All right. Enjoy. It's good to hear your voice. We'll look forward to talking to you next month.
You too. Thanks.
Thanks, Charlie. Charlie Gray representing the Gray family right there at Four Corners Farm in South Newbury. And as Charlie just said, you can contact them if you're looking for some of their great tasting raw milk. Stephen, John, and friends, up next, we're just a few minutes away from chatting with Bryan Flagg. He's one of the managers at AppleKnockers right down there in Warren, New Hampshire. So we look forward to that update coming up. Of course, we check in with the updated weather from Mark Breen shortly after 7:30. That's right after the birthdays and anniversaries. And then Lauren Nelson will either be live in her studios or she'll join us via telephone at about 7:45 this morning. We head into a busy 8 o'clock hour. Every couple of weeks, we chat with Westward Auto Repair in St. Johnsbury. Of course, every week chatting with Valley Floors in Bradford. Every couple of weeks, Liz Shelton represents her family stores in Woodsville. And then as part of the monthly series of our Business Spotlight that's brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank, we'll have Steve and Alberta Robbins in here from Mount Moosilauke Candy right there in Woodsville. So, yeah, we have a busy couple of hours still to come your way. We hope you can hang around and be with us. Meanwhile, right now, we'll take a break and look at the weather forecast for the listening area. It's being brought to you by Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal.
New England winter has a way of turning up the cold, but things are heating up at Crosstown Motors. Hi, I'm Kevin Roy, GM at Crosstown Motors, and during our Start Something New sales event, we're bringing the heat with red-hot Ram truck offers that'll warm you up all season long. Right now, purchase a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn or Laramie with 0% financing for 60 months or 2.9% for 72 months, plus the industry best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. That's peace of mind that lasts long even after the snow melts. But hurry, delivery must be taken by January 20th, 2026. Prefer a lease? Lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Level 1 Crew Cab, stock number DT26021 for just $479 per month for 39 months with zero money down.
10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles, 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, and registration extra. Must have a Stellantis brand lease in-household to qualify. First payment due at signing. 10100 Powertrain Limited Warranty. See dealer for details.
So don't let winter freeze your plans. Turn up the heat and start something new at Crosstown Motors, where the deals are hot, even when New England isn't.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast Any morning clouds and flurries giving way to increasing sunshine, highs only 15 to 20, gusty northwest winds through midday, diminishing this afternoon. Clear early tonight, then some clouds, some snow showers late, lows near 10 above, and tomorrow becoming cloudy, occasional snow and snow showers, steadiest south of Wells River, an inch or so, not as cold, near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. At 12 minutes after 7, we're still in the single digits, heading for the mid and upper teens. Not a real heat wave compared to what we did experience for about a week, with temperatures in the upper 30s and sometimes breaking 40-degree mark. Today, we probably won't break 20. At 12 minutes after 7, you're up to date on the weekend weather. It's brought to you by Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal. We'll find out what's happening with the Celtics, Tom Cuddy, and then right after that, we'll be chatting with Bryan Flagg at AppleKnockers right down there in Warren, New Hampshire.
Celtics may have another star on the roster. Last night, Celtics 117, Miami 112. Off the bench to lead the Celtics back from a 19-point deficit, Anthony Simons with 39 points. Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, I thought he was great. The scoring is what he's done most of his career, but to me, it's just the way he defended. He had a blindside block, had a couple in-traffic rebounds, was physical at the point of attack, just a complete game.
Joe Mazzulla, Jaylen Brown back in the lineup with 27 points, but this game belonged to Anthony Simons.
All in all, you got to believe in yourself. I think, and sometimes it can be tough, but ultimately, that's what's going to get you over the hump. When you believe in yourself, believe in the goal the team has, and, you got to buy into that, and that's what's going to help everybody play better, not just me.
Anthony Simons, Celtics 117, Miami 112, and it was Bruins 4, Seattle 2.
We're approaching 14 minutes after 7 o'clock now. Let's head to Warren, New Hampshire. Say good morning to Bryan Flagg. You're one of the managers at AppleKnockers. Is that the deal?
Good morning. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm one of the. We have a few managers, but I'm one of them, and it's a fun place to be. It really is. It's a cool spot.
It's a cool building. If nobody's been in there for a while, it's pretty amazing what you guys have to offer. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, definitely. People come in and they think it's two different stores, but it really is only one, because of the hardware and the deli and everything up front. And then they say, oh, can we pay for this stuff out back? Yeah, it's all one store. Go for it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Huge place.
For our listeners,
I get my exercise.
I'll bet you do. For our listeners that remember Bryan, he had the North Country News for quite a few years. He used to stop in every couple of weeks and chat with me in the 7 o'clock hour. And then, of course, you've lived in Warren a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been over 30 years now, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
they're aging me now, Steve. So
all right.
Don't be doing that.
Oh, it's okay. All right, let's get back to business here. AppleKnockers. Where'd the name come from?
AppleKnockers. The current owners wanted to have a unique name, which of course it is.
Yeah.
And they wanted something that was hardworking in the community type of thing, that we were going to, be one of the best things that people could go see, and we'd be happy to see them. And, industrious, resourceful people were what were considered AppleKnockers. And it was actually from the practice of harvesting apples by knocking them down with a stick. And all those people worked very hard, and they had a commitment to the boss and to their community, and that's kind of what they wanted to go by. And it's a very unique name because people, a lot of people don't know what it does mean.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those things. And the building itself was actually, originally in an apple orchard. So, hey, I guess it goes all one and one and together.
I guess it would. So you're a convenience store, lack of a better word, right?
Yeah, we call ourselves a general store only because, that was the old term, and of course, general store meaning you could pick just about anything up, which you still can. We have everything, like I said, from hardware to general convenience store stuff with your alcohol, your cigarettes, your snacks, your that type of stuff. Also, one of the biggest things that we have is of course our 24/7 fuel. Which is both on and off-road diesel, and we have the non-ethanol for, all the ATVs, snowmobiles, and snow blowers and all that stuff. It's the non-ethanol is what they, tell you to use for that, so it doesn't sit and ruin your carburetors and all that good stuff. So,
and you're right off the corridor for those ATVs and snowmobiles, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We're right off of Corridor 5.
Okay.
In fact, we have signs out on the corridor that say stop by for fuel and something to eat. And, of course, right now the snow is pretty lax, and the trails were icy. So they did shut down the trails, and hopefully, we're supposed to get a little bit of snow tomorrow. So hopefully they open back up.
Yeah, get back into that.
But,
so here we are in ice fishing season. What are you hearing about the depth of ice, and what do you have on board there for ice fishing?
I haven't, heard anything about the depth of ice yet. I mean, I know people have been out there and they have bob houses out there right now, and there has been some snowmobiles pulling bob houses out there. So I would think it's probably at least 6 to 8 at this point in certain areas, and maybe more, maybe less in other areas. But we have a ton of ice fishing supplies. We have the Eskimo brand pop-up shelters, several sizes and different varieties, heaters, ice augers, and we do sell shiners and worms. So got plenty of live shiners on hand for those who want to go ice fishing this weekend.
Yeah. Even though we're on the other side of the hunting season, but turkey season's just around the corner, you help out hunters with ammunition, I suppose?
Absolutely, yes. We got, as you know, with COVID and stuff earlier on, it was tough to get some of that stuff. But we do have a lot of it in stock now, and they're starting to really stock the items that we had been looking for a while since that time. And we also, we have some fun. We have some BB and pellet guns, slingshots, gold painting items. And, we even sell mace and bear spray, and, you name it, we have it.
Well, there's a lot of hiking right up against the the mountains down there, so you might want to have some of those things on board with you when you're out there hiking.
Yeah, that's right. And we do have, some hiking stuff, not the gear per se, but like the foods, and we have headlamps and, gloves and hats and that type of stuff. So, if you forget your hat or you forget your light or something, we do sell that stuff, and we have a good variety of headlamps and that, that style of stuff.
You've been there a while, with the locals, and also it's a busy highway right there, the tourists. What are some of the things people have said to you over the years?
For coming in the store, you mean?
Yeah, what,
Well, of course, one of the biggest questions in the summer and tourist season is, what's with the missile down the street?
Okay.
A lot of people don't know about that. So we have good conversations about that. In fact, I had made up a brochure. We have so many questions about the missile, and I just hand them out.
There you go.
And, it's just what an amazing store it is, how big it is, and they had no idea this is what we had. And we had a deli with pizza and breakfast sandwiches and subs, and that we also had paint thinner and, parking compound and, that type of stuff. So, the store goes on, and people don't realize. They think it's just the front and the rest is, just storage, but it really is a huge place.
It really is.
Yeah. We have the regular store, and then we have downstairs. We have overstock items and some stuff we keep in stock down there, plumbing stuff. We have the pipes. We have stove pipes. We have pellet stoves, wood stoves. You name it.
Wow.
Everything.
So I can see where you'd be busy. Who are some of the people that help you out then? Because being such a big store, you've got other people on board, I'm sure.
Yeah, like I said, we have several managers. We have a deli manager, Angie. We have hardware, Jeremy. We have up front, Crystal. Have an office manager, of course, Sarah, and then myself, and we all kind of oversee what's going on and try to work at different times so we can see what's going on and stock things. And but yeah, it's one of those things. It's a busy place, and we try to have extra people on for. We sell, of course, wood pellets, winter pellets for the stove. Yeah. We have plenty of those in stock, tons of them. And, we can load them by the bag or by the ton.
Do you have any regular hours that you work yourself, Bryan?
Usually I'm there at, I do the closing stuff. So usually I'm there in the afternoons and evenings. We close at 8. Yeah. So, have a couple of days off a week, and But the rest of the time I'm usually there, and
Sure.
give and take here and there.
Good.
you
Well,
know.
I say that just for our listeners, if they're cruising through AppleKnockers down there in Warren, they can stop in and say hey to Bryan. That's all.
Absolutely. Please do. Please say you heard it on YKR. And I know, it's one of those things. They see us on Facebook, and we try to promote the local businesses also. So we do mention YKR a lot. Hey, if you're up in that area, make sure you put on YKR and listen.
Good to hear.
So,
Good to hear.
Yeah.
And talk about here, we're streaming 24/7, so you can go to the website and download the app, and you can take us pretty much anywhere. Wow, that's great. We're glad we're able to chat with you. We'll do it sometime again in the next few weeks and see what's happening at your general store, AppleKnockers, right there in Warren.
sounds great. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the
Appreciate
weekend and stay warm, all right?
Yeah, you guys also.
Thank you
Bye
much.
now.
That's Bryan Flagg. He's one of the managers at AppleKnockers in Warren. Stop in and say hello. It's about 7:23. It's Friday morning. Stephen, John, and friends. Let's see. We'll be checking the weather forecast again momentarily. And then, of course, the birthdays and anniversaries. It's a short list today. Only 3 names that we have to pass along. So we remind you that if you've got a birthday or anniversary that you would like on the radio, be sure to get it to us. We'd like to see it 2 or 3 days in advance. That way it does give us time to prepare to get your wish on the radio. Time to check out that weather forecast again. This time around it's being brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is, they can help you out. Doesn't matter if you're mowing the lawn, knocking down that grass, picking up leaves, whatever the situation might be, or moving some snow, whether you want to plow it or you want to do it with a snowblower. Woodsville Power Equipment has the sales, the service, the parts, repairs, and the expert advice. And they're conveniently located at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway, with Bobcat of Woodsville on the lot, and also recently adding Milwaukee equipment. Stop in, check it out, or call them at 603-747-2322. They'll help you dig for success with a variety of Bobcat equipment, plus attachments, accessories, and replacement parts, including tires, tracks, filters, and lubricants, all backed by factory-authorized service that you can depend on. Bobcat of Woodsville understands that you rely on your equipment for your livelihood and success. Make Bobcat of Woodsville work for you. Visit Bobcat of Woodsville, 4942 Dartmouth College Highway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any morning clouds and flurries giving way to increasing sunshine, highs only 15 to 20, gusty northwest winds through midday, diminishing this afternoon. Clear early tonight, then some clouds, some snow showers late, lows near 10 above, and tomorrow becoming cloudy, occasional snow and snow showers, steadiest south of Wells River, an inch or so, not as cold, near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Updated weather, this time brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Stop in, check it out. You will be amazed at what they have to offer you. And it doesn't matter what time of the year it is, they can help you out with the equipment and the knowledge. Best thing to do is stop in at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway and see what they have to offer you. And looking ahead to spring and summer, if you've got equipment that needs to be repaired, or if you need to upgrade and get some new stuff, now's the time to start talking with the sales representatives at Woodsville Power Equipment. We're 25 minutes after 7, currently hanging around the mid-temperatures of 5-6 degrees at a Route 302 broadcast studios. This is the #1 song in the country right now. It's Blake Shelton. Birthdays and anniversaries coming up, but first, here are today's specials being served at Tuttle's Family Diner, downtown Wells River. Stop in and enjoy a roast beef sub. That's right, a roast beef sub's available today, along with the Montshire Farm mushroom Swiss burger with french fries or tater tots. How about chop suey with garlic bread, or beef stroganoff over egg noodles, along with a side and a roll. They also have sloppy joes with french fries and haddock sandwich with chips and pickle available today. Their soup is broccoli cheddar, and their seafood available today includes haddock, scallops, strip clams, and whole belly clams. Those are the specials that you can enjoy when you stop by Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. Today's specials. All right, and now on this Friday, today, the 16th of January, we check out the birthdays and anniversaries being brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. We have 3. Brandon Jessman celebrates today. Also, Jamie Tuttle and John Bellinger are the birthdays, no anniversaries that we have to pass along today. Again, Brendan Jessman celebrating today, Jamie Tuttle and John Bellinger, and no anniversaries. So we take a moment to remind you, definitely get your wishes into us. We'd like to see them a couple of days in advance. Obviously, that gives us a little extra time to prepare for the day of your wish. It's always brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. And for your insurance quote, or if you need some questions answered, all you have to do is stop in and give them a call to Swenson Insurance Agency. And when you do so, be sure and thank them for bringing you birthdays and anniversaries. Again, John Bellinger, Jamie Tuttle, and Brendan Jessman celebrating birthdays today on a Friday, January 16th.
Distracted driving can take many forms, such as changing music, eating, or talking on the phone. But the most dangerous by far is texting while driving. Although it may seem harmless in the moment, it takes your hands off the wheel, your eyes off the road, and your mind off driving. A dangerous and sometimes deadly combination. Be a responsible driver. Turn on an auto reply feature or app that notifies your friends and family that you're driving and cannot reply. Or better yet, turn off your phone entirely. Please, pledge to never drive distracted. It's not worth your life or anyone else's. Take it from me and MMG, protecting your piece of the world.
The Swenson Insurance Agency of Bradford is an independent agency that represents regional and national insurance companies to meet your insurance needs. The professional staff can provide you with the expertise you deserve to make the best insurance buying decisions. Service is their best policy at the Swenson Insurance Agency, Bradford. Mark Breen joins us. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Stephen.
Was that a January thaw? Is that the definition of a January thaw?
Certainly. We had several days where temperatures got up or above freezing, and in addition to that, I was just looking at the week's temperatures themselves. We averaged 11 degrees above normal. So certainly a very mild week as far as that goes. One of the things that happens at this time of year, though, we would not, or certainly rarely would we see something like that in the summer, because in the summer, the range in temperatures isn't all that much. A cool day in the summer might be, let's say 75 degrees, and a hot day would be 88 degrees. So let's say a 10-degree range, maybe 15 at the most. But in the winter, we can see some days where it doesn't get more than about 5 or 10 degrees above, but we can get days that are in the 40s. So there's more of a range of 40 degrees compared to 15 in the winter compared to summer. So that's why, yes, a very mild week, but not extraordinarily so as far as winter is concerned. In fact, for the month so far, we're actually only about 3 degrees above the average. So in spite of all those mild temperatures, we still have snow on the ground. It's pretty thin and patchy in some places, depending on your, exposure, that kind of thing. Places that are facing the south, they tend to see, some of that snow melt away just because of the strength of the sun, even this time of year. So some thin spots out there to deal with, but obviously a lot colder this morning.
So, any reports on how thick the ice is? Should we be aware of that?
I have not heard, any specific reports. On the other hand, what often happens with this kind of situation is the ice, for the most part, it didn't really melt away all that much, but now you end up with sort of these layers where you've got that little slushy stuff, and then it freezes on top of that, and so you end up with some layers, as you go down through the ice. I'm thinking of, like ice fishing, that sort of thing, but also, for folks just out on the lakes themselves, maybe out on Lake Maury or something, you just have to be mindful of the fact that the surface is not quite solidified yet, although readings are in the single digits this morning, so things will be freezing up pretty solid in the next 24 hours.
Right. You guys study the degree days and all that stuff and heating bills. Anything you can add to that this morning?
Yeah, so, and I don't know if people are aware that, obviously, if you're getting oil or propane deliveries, you get them delivered at a particular interval. But what many heating companies do is they use something called degree days to figure out when to deliver next, because obviously the colder it is, the more you're going to use, and so they need to adjust those deliveries accordingly. And so we essentially take the average temperature of the day. So if just take an easy example, if it's 0 at night and 30 during the day, the average would be 15. And then we subtract that number from 65. 65, you figure if it's 65 degrees, you really don't need any heating. And so you subtract 15 from 65, you get what we call 50-degree days. And so you add them up, and over, the heating companies calculate, how many of those degree days they have to get to do the next delivery. And so that's all figured in, and they've got, some great formulas to be able to do that. But I wanted to mention that in particular because since we do keep track of it, one of the things that's happening, and it actually takes place this week, this upcoming week, we reach the halfway point in the heating season. Now, that's not necessarily halfway through winter, but in a lot of ways it is. We end up, so I guess one way to think about it, if you've got half of your wood pile left, half of your wood pellets, or if you've got half your budget left in terms of the oil delivery, that's kind of where on the average we would be. And for the most part, this winter has been average. So I would expect that you'd have, half your supplies yet to go.
And we're only like 3 weeks, actually, as the calendar shows, into winter. You guys start looking at, I guess, 1st of December, but we're around the 20th or 21st of December. Today's the 16th, so we're, like 3 weeks into winter. That's all.
Yes, yeah, and so you're right, there's no question. It's a long stretch yet before we get to the other half of winter. The other thing that I find interesting, and this comes from burning wood since I was a kid, is that even though the temperatures are going to be, let's just say they will be just as cold in February and March as they are in December and January, the sun is stronger, and it does make a difference. It heats up the house just by the fact that the sun is just shining on, through the windows or just even on the walls themselves. So I always find that, I look at my wood pile and I'm going, do I have enough left? And then all of a sudden, it just seems to hold on, and I think that's part of the reason.
So do you burn wood?
Wood pellets.
Okay, wood pellets. All right. So what's the weather pattern look like at this point then?
Yeah, so I've been looking at this, pretty carefully, and one thing that I'm pretty confident about is that we've got some cold air coming up next week. Now, I'm not talking anything, record-setting, but it'll likely drop down to near and below zero at night most nights, and only get back into the teens during the day. That's running about 10 degrees below normal. So we just talked about last week averaging 11 degrees above normal. Maybe next week will be 10 or 11 degrees below the average. So we've got that going on. And in general, just like what we've seen, the cold, it looks like it wants to stay cold right through the month of February. However, I think we're still going to deal with these ups and downs. And I can tell you, one of the challenges has been trying to keep my driveway from being too icy. You end up with, and yesterday was a classic example. It was snowing, that kind of the sloppy stuff in the morning. I scraped that off as best I could during the midday hour, and then another little blast of some snow showers came through last night, iced everything right back over again.
Oh, yeah. It's constant, isn't it? It really is.
It seems to be, especially in a winter where it's going back and forth like it does this year.
Mark, is the museum still closed?
We are, but we open up actually tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. And we close during January for an indeterminate number of weeks. It just depends on how much work we have to do to, one, get things cleaned up and maybe install some new exhibits. We actually have a couple of new exhibits having to do with forestry. So that'll be kind of interesting for folks to come in and see. But again, we open up tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and then we will be open all the way through until Easter. So that'll be the next day that we would be closed. Before we closed, during the holidays, I was visiting the museum with my grandkids, and one of the things that I saw, and it just kind of caught my attention, it's not that I hadn't seen it before, but there's a display on Snowflake Bentley, Wilson Snowflake Bentley, a Vermonter who basically invented the process of using a camera to take pictures through a microscope. It was an ingenious thing back in the 1880s, and it just happens that yesterday is the anniversary of the first photograph that he took of a snow crystal. 1885. He was only 20 years old.
Awesome. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Makes you think about it, really. Didn't have the technology then that they have now, but at least it was captured.
It was captured, and he went on to take about 5,000 different images of snow crystals, and we've got some. Of course, he's doing this in the 1880s and 1890s, and of course the museum opens in 1891, and he actually knew Franklin Fairbanks.
Awesome. That is so neat.
He sent him. He said, I've got these great pictures of snow crystals. I'm going to send them to you for your new museum.
Excellent. Right there in St. Johnsbury. So fortunate to have the Fairbanks Museum and also the meteorologist. Mark Breen, what's the sky look like for us tonight?
Well, I've got my fingers crossed that it's going to be. So we've got skies that are going to clear out today, so I think we're going to see more sunshine this afternoon, and I'm thinking that those clear skies are going to linger into this evening, and if that's the case, and it won't take, doesn't have to be clear too long, once it gets dark around between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, if you're looking in the east about a third of the way up, really, really, really bright object over there. It's not, however, a star, and I think it's so bright that I think many people probably would guess that without necessarily knowing what they're looking at. But what you'll be looking at is the planet Jupiter. Now, it's not something you have to rush out and see tonight because it will be out actually right on through the winter and into the early part of spring. So there's plenty of time to see Jupiter, but I just wanted to mention that tonight, because we've had so many clouds for so many days, we've got a little slot of some clearing, so keep your fingers crossed. Maybe you'll see Jupiter this evening.
Get out there, you can take a look, get your warm boots on, your hat, and warm coat, and do some gambling, right?
And just to the right of Jupiter, the other kind of famous winter pattern that people sometimes look for is the constellation Orion. 3 stars close together, straight line. That's Orion's belt. So it's another piece of the sky that sometimes people are familiar with.
Awesome. Thanks for the update, Mark. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the weekend weather forecast, beginning with today.
Yeah, so we've got the clouds and flurries moving out, and that's good because it'll be replaced by sunshine. However, it's not going to make much of a difference on those temperatures, only 15 to 20 this afternoon, and it won't feel that warm because the wind will be kind of gusty. But that wind quits, and the skies will be briefly clear this evening, and then more clouds and a few snow showers. Temperatures dropping down to about 10 degrees, but they'll likely be climbing late at night, and that brings us into tomorrow with some off and on light snow showers. There could be an inch or so, especially south of Wells River. And temperatures easing back up, upper 20s and low 30s, not too bad out there. The flurries will end Saturday night down to around 20, and then Sunday finishing up your weekend. Some clouds, some sun, a few flurries mostly north of Wells River, again upper 20s to around 30, and, well, it's the holiday on Monday, and it looks like it's going to be turning cold. There's some clouds, some snow, but also some breaks of sun, but highs on Monday in the 20s.
Excellent. Another great update. Mark, we certainly appreciate it, and be careful of that ice out there, all right?
Yes, everybody please do. So
true. All right, thank you, Mark.
All right, thanks, Steven.
All righty, there you go. Mark Breen, and of course brought to you by Hatchland Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights and Profile Meats. Meanwhile, at Hatchland, they have their monthly community lunch coming up Wednesday, January 21st, 11 to 1. Baked ham, potato, vegetable, roll, dessert, and beverage, all for $13.99. It's served in the event hall, and of course there is an elevator available. That can be a tongue twister. There is an elevator available, just in case you need it, to get upstairs to the event hall at Wicked Good Dairy Delights. Don't miss breakfast and lunch. It's served every day at Hatchland Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights in North Haverhill. Their weekday specials and daily soups will be available during the winter months. They do take-out catering too. Sandwich platters, breakfast platters, crocks of soup, casseroles, and meatballs, to name a few. Seasonal items are available, but many of them go fast. Don't forget to enjoy breakfast and lunch at the locally owned and operated Hatch Lane Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, located on Route 10 in North Haverhill. Thank you. We'll be chatting with Lauren Nelson, LC Design Concepts, momentarily, but first we're checking out the weather. Compliments of Bar Harbor Bank and Trust.
Bar Harbor Bank and Trust helps businesses succeed. We're proud to be recognized by Forbes and Newsweek as one of America's best banks multiple years running. We can help you get the financing you need quickly and improve your cash flow. With over 50 branches and 90 ATMs across northern New England, we make managing your business easier. Whether your business is growing, expanding, or evolving, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Good things happen when we work together. Member FDIC.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any morning clouds and flurries giving way to increasing sunshine, highs only 15 to 20, gusty northwest winds through midday, diminishing this afternoon. Clear early tonight, then some clouds, some snow showers late, lows near 10 above, and tomorrow becoming cloudy, occasional snow and snow showers, steadiest south of Wells River, an inch or so, not as cold, near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, thank you. It's chilly out there in the single digits. And updated weather this time brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. You can visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England with Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Lauren's with us. She joins us every couple of weeks. LC Design Concepts, new location, Route 10 North Haverhill, working out awesome, I assume.
Yeah,
Cool.
I love the new space.
Looks great.
It is. It's nice. So a couple of weeks ago, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago now, we had that really strong windstorm and discovered the new sign that was hanging up out front didn't survive the windstorm.
Uh-oh.
And it ripped right off of the metal hanging on the bracket.
Really?
Yeah, ripped the
Wow.
sign off. It crashed into the siding, so the vinyl siding is cracked, and the sign was out in the middle of the parking lot and did not survive. So I've had a few people say, hey, I thought you had a sign up. Like, what's going on? It's like, well, Mother Nature decided that one was inadequate.
Well, it beats having a flood. How many times were you
Yeah, I
flooding when
know.
you're in Wells River?
I know. And we had
Right.
one little teeny tiny baby flood in the new space while we were remodeling. So there's no sign hanging up out front. I've had a few people ask about that. It's like, well, there's a new metal one being fabricated.
They're noticing, though.
Yes, people are noticing.
Right.
I've had a lot of people stop in. People notice deliveries, trucks stopping. I love that new space because a tractor trailer can pull up right along the front.
Sure.
We can unload, go, wheel right into the warehouse space. It's awesome.
Of course, with the milk trucks that
Mhm.
in and out of there used to be or still are.
Yeah, they still are. So it can be Grand Central Station in there sometimes. So this week I had a contractor working in the showroom, putting in some of the displays, and they had a trailer and 2 trucks, and then there was me, and I had clients visiting. It was like, where are we going to park all these people? And then, well, you can't park there because the milk trucks are coming in and out. So
All right, we're 2-3 weeks into the
Yeah.
new year. What's it look like 2026 for the people that are thinking about doing something or maybe already are with you?
yeah, it's already been a busy January. It always is. It slows down at the holiday season and then it picks up after the new year. And I think people gathering for Christmas all of a sudden think, God, I don't want to do this again in this old kitchen kind of thing. So I get a lot of people that say, yep, this is the last year that we're hosting in that kitchen. It just doesn't work. So I get a lot of that. But I think this year, the main thing is I know, tariffs have been a huge topic for a lot of industries, a lot of vendors have done price increases. I'm thankful that most of the companies that I work with are American built in the United States out of American components. Very few parts and pieces. It's really the drawer runners and hinges are German made. But for the most part, everything is U.S. made with very few international components. So knock on wood, tariffs haven't really been a factor for me yet. Small things like cabinet knobs and hardware, a lot of that stuff is imported. But, we're talking maybe a 20% tariff on a $5 knob, so it's not substantial.
So it can be overwhelming. I mean, doing a new kitchen, bathroom, all that stuff. So how do you keep it so people stay in check, especially, keep people married?
Sure. Well, I think the main thing that I've determined is the process. We have to, because you can go all over the place and say,
Right.
well, we're trying to figure out the layout, but also I like this color, but what about this color? What about this countertop? I usually say, let's do this in an orderly fashion. Let's look at this sort of in a black and white way to begin with. Figure out the layout, what works, like logistically, trash is going to be here, silverware is going to be here. Figure out the layout. Once we've got that figured out, then let's color it in. You know, are we going to do blue cabinets with a white countertop? Are we going to do, you know, natural wood with a brown? All of those different things, but break it up and don't try to be making aesthetic decisions along with the more, you know, actual, as I call it, the Tetris part of it.
Yeah.
Like, does this fit what goes where? Yeah. Portion of it.
Bear in mind, too, I mean, if you're moving electrical around, you're moving plumbing around, all of a sudden it becomes expensive. So if you don't have to change that stuff around, keep that in mind. That's going to keep your prices reduced a lot.
Exactly. Except, I would say, if you're in an older home and when we know we're taking out, you know, a kitchen from the 50s, then the plumbing should probably be redone anyway. And that's when we say, you know what, now is the opportunity to let's rearrange this and make a much more functional layout.
And for what it costs and for as long as you're going to continue to live there, let's, I mean, do it as right as we can.
I agree.
And stay within budget to, you know.
And that's one of the things that I ask. What is this house to you? Is this your forever home? Is this your starter home? Is this your 5 to 10 year home?
Is there usually a percentage of overrun, 10 or 12%?
Oh yeah, easily. I would say as
most
high as
of the
15%.
Time? Okay, so that would have to be bear in mind as well. You go to the bank and you're going to borrow 20 grand, maybe borrow 30, and you might not use it all.
And then you can give it back.
Yeah.
I always tell people to plan on that because it's project creep happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're just going to do the kitchen, and then you get painting the kitchen ceiling and the kitchen walls, and you think, well, gosh, now the hallway looks really dingy.
So
you keep going.
So what I just said was I was trying to relieve you and take you off the hook.
Yeah.
Because if you give them a number,
oh yeah,
there's still going to be more involved. Possibly.
Oh, it always happens.
And
you
tell your clients that anyway, right?
And depending on the age of the home, we always say there has to be I don't want to spend this factor, but I have to because we found mold or this or that. Or, you know, I was in a house recently that they wanted to put a tile floor in and they wanted to do this big giant island. And we went down in the basement and said, well, your floor joists are almost 3 feet on center. I think we need to shore up this floor because that new island of yours will fall right through.
Man.
You know, so there's things like that it's, you know, you have to spend money on it. You don't get to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the benefit is your island's not going to fall through your floor once you've spent the money on shoring up the floor. So we look at stuff like that when I come out to measure. It's not just, it is measuring the exact space and being nosy and opening your cabinets and looking at what you have and what you wish you had and all that. But it's also looking at the structural aspect of the space and can it accommodate, go to the basement, you know, where's the plumbing coming up? We want to move the sink here or do this, looking at all the other sort of the snowball effect that could cause by making those changes. So there's a lot to it that, you know, people don't necessarily understand. It's the fun part is getting to look at the colors and putting the, you know, the finishing touches together, but the logistics of making sure everything's going to work.
2026 looking like an interesting year for LC Designs.
Yeah. I'm so thankful to be over and done with the move and the remodel. And it's funny now that I go to the new building every day and that's become the routine. And you think like, man, it felt like that was never going to be the case after we bought the building and we were remodeling. It was like, I feel like I'm never going to be in here. So it's kind of fun looking forward to finishing touches in that showroom and really working the space and using it to my advantage. So I'm excited.
I say contacting you, and if the flag is out, you're usually there.
Yes, I've been really bad about remembering to put the flag out. So
come on,
I gotta be better. But yes,
it won't blow away.
Google LC Design Concepts and definitely call me or email me if you want to come in to see the showroom or make an appointment for me to come to the house because I'm in and out all the time. So if I'm out measuring your house, that means the showroom is closed up. And I would hate for someone to drive over and not see me there. So definitely give us a heads
Route 10 in North Haver, right?
Yep.
Pretty much next to the fire station.
Right next to the fire station. Okay. We share a driveway.
See you in a couple weeks?
Yeah, see you in a couple weeks.
Be at the end of January.
I know.
Man, where's time
It's kind of crazy.
I know. And good to see you.
Yeah, have a good weekend, everyone.
For centuries, funerals have helped us say goodbye. No matter what kind of funeral ceremony you are planning, Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care of Woodsville will help you to understand the various parts of a meaningful service to honor the life of your loved one. These elements include music, memories, readings, visitation and reception, eulogy and remembrance, symbols, procession, graveside service, and funeral reception. Together with Ricker Funeral Home, you can create a ceremony deserving of the special life that was lived. For additional information, contact Ricker Funeral Home in Woodsville.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any morning clouds and flurries giving way to increasing sunshine, highs only 15 to 20, gusty northwest winds through midday, diminishing this afternoon. Clear early tonight, then some clouds, some snow showers late, lows near 10 above, and tomorrow becoming cloudy, occasional snow and snow showers, steadiest south of Wells River, an inch or so, not as cold, near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And for Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville, locally owned, family operated. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning has prompted many to take the step to plan their own arrangements with Ricker Funeral Home, either in person or online at rickerfh.com. For additional information, give them a call. Do it, 603-747-2717. We're in the single digits at 7:57. We'll take a break. We'll be updating you on the latest news. We'll come out of that and find out, hopefully, what's going on at Westward Auto Repair in St. Johnsbury. We'll also hopefully be chatting with representatives at Valley Floors, Liz Shelton representing her family stores in Woodsville, and then part of our monthly business spotlight, the third Friday of the month, brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. Steve and Alberta Robbins will be in here from Mount Moosilauke Candy in Woodsville. I'm sure that's going to be a sweet conversation. We hope you can join us right here at Your Country, WYKR, Haverhill, WTWN, Wells River, and W286DE, Wells River, 105.1 FM. We have news and information coming up in a couple of minutes. Our time is 3 minutes after 8. We head to St. Johnsbury, Your Country, WYKR, and say good morning to Brett Trahan. How you doing, Brett?
Not too bad, Steve. How are you?
Good, thank you. All right, so you and your wife, Ashley, are the new owners. When did you take over the Westwood Auto Repair, Brett?
We bought it back in May,
okay,
middle of May.
Right.
So we've,
almost a
been
year.
Going strong. Yeah, almost a year now. It's been great. You know, meeting a lot of new people, keeping Wes's old customers happy, bringing on some new customers. So we're excited.
All right. Now, not only do you also own Westward Auto Repair, you have a towing business.
Yep. We also own Trahan Towing, and that has been an amazing, accessory onto the shop, because it's nice to have a tow truck on the shop. Bring the cars in, expedite repairs. When you're on the side of the road, during the weekend, you don't have any place to work on your cars. A lot of times we'll bring them into our shop and get those repairs expedited as well. So
certainly.
It has definitely helped the community a lot.
Good to hear. All right, so between the two businesses, I assume you probably had a busy few days because we've had some icy weather and some icy roads. Tell us about that, Brett.
We have, yes. So obviously, first things come to mind, icy roads. We're picking vehicles out of ditches like we're fishing. And we see that a lot with, low tread tires, lack of traction tires, lack of winter tires. And a lot of times what we're also finding is suspension problems are kind of sending people off into the trees, we call it, when you get into a slippery condition and your vehicle isn't prepared to maneuver or handle the way it should. When you try to correct it, it kind of does things you're not prepared for, and that's what ends up losing control and losing the control of the vehicle into the side of the road.
Yeah. Little misconception, people, they got studded tires or just regular tires or all seasons. Your stopping distance isn't always what you expect it to be. You can maybe explain that too.
Yeah, so, the winter tires, studded tires, they're great. And how I explain it to my customers here at the shop is the tires are going to get you to go where you need to go fast, right? So they're going to get you the traction you need on the snow a little faster. But that doesn't mean when you step on that brake, it's going to make you stop any better, because the braking is going to essentially lock up a little faster this time of year when they hit icy condition, because it has nothing to grip to. And then the ABS starts to kick in, and you're going to lose a lot of that braking distance. So I urge people to utilize their winter tires as a safety option for maneuvering.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try to handle corners a little bit slower still, but it's going to handle it a little bit more safer.
Sure.
It just kind of gives you a safer feel, but it doesn't give you that sense of I can go anywhere with these things. And you can get to where you need to go fast, but it doesn't stop you where you want to be.
Yep. And going back to the tires and the rims, sometimes they load up with snow or mud and sometimes give you that high-speed wobble, which you guys can take care of, I assume.
Yep. A lot of times after we pull people out of ditches, we'll have them come to the shop the next day, and we'll end up washing or breaking up that snow ice out of their wheels, just so they don't have that vibration, that wobble. They feel like something's going on with their vehicle.
Sure. The other thing, Brett, visibility. People take that for granted sometimes. I see people driving down the road, and it looks like they're driving through a porthole. That's usually not a good idea.
Exactly. And they kind of scrape off just enough that they can get, just so they can see out the window, do the wipers to, kind of take care of the rest. But what that's only doing is kind of grinding down your wiper blade material, that rubber piece. So when it truly is needed, that salt, grime that's on the road, you can't really clear it off very well. So wipers are a great tool just to kind of put on, even if you think that you're getting low.
Definitely. Brett Trahan, who is the new owner of Westward Auto Repair, along with his wife Ashley, spends a few minutes with us every couple of weeks. Danny does a great job, and so does Dave. I've been chatting with him recently as well. Final comments in regards to some of the things that are happening out there on the road might include what today, Brett?
I would say give yourself plenty of time to get where you need to be, safe traveling distances, and always be prepared for the worst. You might be going completely fine and everything seems to be safe, but it's always that other car coming out of the corner, coming out of the driveway. So defensive driving is definitely a key that I would urge a lot of drivers to kind of watch out for. And kind of listening to your car at the same time.
True.
Listening how it feels, what it does. This didn't do that yesterday. And bringing it to our attention, or any shop of your choosing's attention. That's it's very important to listen to what your car's doing.
Yep, those are great words of advice for somebody that knows vehicles. Brett Trahan at Westward Auto Repair. We know you have a busy day in store, so, hey, thanks for your time today.
Not a problem. Thanks, Steve.
Talk to you in a couple.
Bye-bye.
That's Brett Trahan, as we said, along with his wife Ashley, the new owners of Westward Auto Repair in St. Johnsbury. 8 minutes at o'clock, 8 minutes after 8. Glad you could be with us, Steve and John, and our many guests, as we'll be looking to chat with representatives at Valley Floors in just a few minutes. Liz Shelton, representing her family stores in Woodsville, and then, as we said, is part of Wells River Savings Bank. The Business Spotlight, heard the third Friday of the month, right around 8:30. Our guests will be Steve and Alberta Robbins. They are the owners of Mount Moosilauke Candy right there in Woodsville. Right now, though, an updated look at the weather forecast as we head into the weekends, being brought to you by Tommy's Auto Repair. Tommy's Auto is at 266 Route 10 in Piermont, and Tommy is taking care of vehicle maintenance just in time for the new year. And, of course, now is the time to think spring. A good idea to reserve your new summer tires mounted and balanced. And Tommy's Auto is open every day, Monday through Saturday, beginning at 7:30 at 802-535-2804. Tommy's Auto is now open at 266 Route 10 in Piermont, taking care of vehicle maintenance just in time for the new year. Tommy still has the inventory to get your vehicle outfitted real quick with winter tires mounted and balanced. Make your appointment now by calling Tommy's Auto, 802-535-2804. After spending many years at Moonlight Auto Repair, Tommy decided to open his own business at 266 Route 10 in Piermont with the best prices on all services. Open every day, Monday through Saturday, beginning at 7:30. Now is the time to contact Tommy's Auto.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any morning clouds and flurries giving way to increasing sunshine, highs only 15 to 20, gusty northwest winds through midday, diminishing this afternoon. Clear early tonight, then some clouds, some snow showers late, lows near 10 above, and tomorrow becoming cloudy, occasional snow and snow showers, steadiest south of Wells River, an inch or so, not as cold, near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And there you have it, 10 minutes after 8 o'clock. Look at the weekend weather forecast, brought to you by Tommy's Auto. Open every day, Monday through Saturday, beginning at 7:30. Be sure to make your appointment now by calling Tommy, 802-535-2804. And, of course, after spending many years at Moonlight Auto Repair right there in Fairleigh, Tommy decided to open his own business. And Tommy's Auto is located at 266 Route 10 in Piermont. We're pushing 11 minutes after. Let's head to Bradford now and say good morning to the owner of Valley Floors, Ryan Chase. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing well. Stephen, how are you?
Right. You sound good at this end. I know as we prepared to go live, you said it had kind of echo there, but you sound good on the air, so that's important.
That's all that matters. I'll manage on my end.
All right. What's your topic today anyway, Ryan?
Can we have several?
Okay.
No, I wanted to mention cash and carry products, as I often do, but a lot of things have changed at Valley Floors over the years with introducing new products and product lines getting longer and our services getting broader. But one thing that hasn't changed is our cash and carry and our warehouse full of products that are ready to go for do-it-yourselfers. There's really no need to travel to big box stores if folks are looking to do a project themselves, or their contractors are looking to do it for them. There's sort of a myth out there that we only sell what we install, and that's not the case. Folks are installing a lot of products that they get a lot of value here. They get the services from our knowledgeable sales staff. We don't measure what we sell for cash and carry for obvious reasons, so that we're not responsible for quantities, but folks are welcome to come in and utilize our sales staff and their knowledge and design services, and then when they're ready to order products, we can discount it significantly because we are not handling it, we're not installing it, we're not managing the installation process and the logistics. So if we are just delivering the product for you, we can give you a nice discount, and better yet, deliver it for you free of charge, no matter where it is, no matter what it is, in Vermont or New Hampshire, and of course New Hampshire residents pay no sales tax.
And that's a pretty good deal. Valley Floor has been in business how many years now?
82. Can you do the math? 40,
43,
45,
43?
44? Yeah, something. Yeah. I don't even know how old I am. Don't ask me how old the company is. After 40, it's like, I don't know, 40. I think I've had my 45th, so somewhere after that. I've had my 45th. I haven't had my 50th. That's kind of my long answer.
Well, we've been in business almost 50 years, and of course, Dean, your dad, did he have Montgomery Ward? Was that the deal on Main Street?
Yeah, he did a lot of things.
Okay.
And Montgomery Ward was one of them.
All right, yeah. Because we remember when he was across the street down near Oaks Brothers when he started, I believe.
That's right. That's where Valley Floors started. Yeah,
right.
And the small building that's still there in front of Oaks Brothers. In fact, I have the old sign in my garage, and you can still see well, now they repainted that building, actually, but you used to be able to see the paint wear on the sign on the front of that building where the Valley Floors sign used to be. But anyway, yes, we have wonderful photos of that showroom.
Mm-hmm.
And back in those days, they sold carpet and vinyl, and that was it. But things have changed 45 years later, or plus or so. But again, not to get away from that, but yes, cash and carry products. Again, we can utilize all those services. And most of our inventory now is pretty light. I mean, we have carpet remnants and vinyl rems and rolls, but we don't stock pallets and pallets of things like we used to. But the reason for that is that with our distributor, we can have products in 2 days. We get deliveries on Mondays and Thursdays. And there's so many products out there to choose from, and the pricing is pretty much the same. There's not a lot of value to be had in buying pallets of stuff. So it just takes a couple of days to get inventory, and then you can look at the entire breadth of our product showroom and not just have one or two colors to choose from. And we can offer those same discounts, again, on the full array of colors or products out of our showroom. So it's a good way to go if you do not need our services. But certainly if you do, we've got a great team of floor mechanics and estimators and management that can install that product for you as well. And we could do free measures and estimates, and don't even need to come in the store. You can just call or email us and set up a measure and have Tony come out to start the process for you.
All right, and to get an overview, besides going in your store, your website, does that kind of explain that to the listeners as well if they go there?
Yes, we're always open at www.valleyfloorsinc.com, and you can get a pretty good idea of our photos, of the projects that we've done, and certainly of the showroom and all of the services that we offer as well. And most of the team are on there as well. So that's a great place to start. And there's wonderful links to all of our vendors as well, because there is a lot of information to learn before you come in. Of course, folks do a lot of research these days before they come in, which is great, and we encourage them to do so, and then come in and actually feel and touch the product and see what we can do for you.
Pretty awesome. And your regular hours at the store in Bradford are what?
We are here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and we are always happy to stay for an appointment, and often do before or after hours or over the weekend. Just call and set up a time, and you can have some one-on-one attention.
Awesome. Enjoy the weekend.
You too, Stephen. Hope everybody else out there does as well.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. That's Ryan, Ryan Chase, the owner of Valley Floors, right there in Bradford. We're 16 minutes after 8. Still to come your way, we hope to be chatting with Liz Shelton at the Party Store in Woodsville. And then, as part of the monthly business spotlight, the third Friday of the month, shortly after 8:30, Brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. We'll be chatting with Steve and Alberta Robbins from Mount Moosilauke Candy, located right there in Woodsville.
New England winter has a way of turning up the cold, but things are heating up at Crosstown Motors. Hi, I'm Kevin Roy, GM at Crosstown Motors, and during our Start Something New sales event, we're bringing the heat with red-hot Ram truck offers that'll warm you up all season long. Right now, purchase a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn or Laramie with 0% financing for 60 months or 2.9% for 72 months, plus the industry best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. That's peace of mind that lasts long even after the snow melts. But hurry, delivery must be taken by January 20th, 2026. Prefer a lease? Lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Level 1 Crew Cab, stock number DT26021, for just $479 per month for 39 months with zero money down.
10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles, 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, and registration extra. Must have a Stellantis brand lease in-household to qualify. First payment due at signing. 10-100 powertrain limited warranty. See dealer for details.
So don't let winter freeze your plans. Turn up the heat and start something new at Crosstown Motors, where the deals are hot, even when New England isn't.
It's 17 minutes after 8. It's not hot outside with temperatures in the single digits, heading for the mid and upper teens today. We check out the weather, compliments of PTO's Repair, and local Fisher authorized dealer located at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh, 802-222-6152.
Happy New Year from your local Fisher Plow dealer, now located at 2320 U.S. Route 5 in Fairleigh, Vermont. It's been a busy fall, but we are settled in and ready to help you with your plow and sanding needs. Stop by or give us a call. PTO's Repair, Route 5, Fairleigh, or at ptosrepair.com. I'm PTO, and I wanted you to know.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any morning clouds and flurries giving way to increasing sunshine, highs only 15 to 20, gusty northwest winds through midday, diminishing this afternoon. Clear early tonight, then some clouds, some snow showers late, lows near 10 above, and tomorrow becoming cloudy, occasional snow and snow showers, steadiest south of Wells River, an inch or so, not as cold, near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thank you. As we approach 19 minutes after 8, temperatures still in the single digits, as we said, and Mark just said, head the mid to upper teens today for highs. Brought to you by PTO's Repair, your local Fisher authorized dealer, 802-222-6152, now located at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. All right, head to Woodsville, as we have been promising. Liz Shelton, good morning. How you doing? Liz?
Good morning.
Hey, Liz.
Except for I'm not in Woodsville.
Where are you?
I'm in Atlanta.
You are?
I am.
How did you get there?
In an airplane?
I knew that.
Well, let's face it, I went, you know, the trains, planes, and automobiles.
Right.
I went from an automobile to a bus to a plane to a train.
All right. So what are you doing in Atlanta?
So I come to Atlanta in January to shop for the store. Mm-hmm. So my sister comes down with me, mm-hmm. and she helps me. She's really good at jewelry and kind of girly girl things. So we let her loose doing that.
Awesome.
And basically, I shop for probably 80% of the year down while I'm here. I still have sales reps who come to the store. But all in all, it's just easier to bang it all out in a week's time.
Right.
So we arrived Wednesday around, 9 o'clock in the morning, and we hit the airport. And then we take the train right from the airport right into what it's called America's Mart. And it is 3 buildings that house one building has 25 floors, I think. One has 22 floors, and one has 17 floors or 19 floors. And it is just thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of showrooms. And then the showroom could have, just one product, or it could have 100 to 200 different lines in it. So this is where all your all the stuff comes from that consumers buy. There's fashion, there's jewelry, there's furniture, there's high end. So it's not just stores that are here, people buying for their stores. There's also interior decorators here and high fashion people here. So it's kind of a big, huge mix of us. So it's kind of a fun time. I do enjoy it. There's a different kind of energy that goes on. So yesterday, I can start with Wednesday when we arrived. We did get to the America's Mart until probably around, like 11:30, and then we shopped until 6 o'clock on Wednesday night, and we spent most of the day just going and doing children and baby and toys and things like that. So probably I would say I'm 90% purchased for the year on that. A lot of books, that kind of stuff. And then yesterday I had to be to the America's Mart by 8 o'clock, and we all know I'm not a morning person, but I made it. I was early. And so there was a showcase that was going on for my buying group, and it was sort of like a little mini home show, and there were 60 different vendors there that are people I do business with in the kitchen world, and they were set up to talk to us, and we just went around the room and talked to different vendors. And basically, it was to talk to us about what's trending, what's going to be new, product development, what worked for stores, what didn't work, improvements that are being made. So it's very informative, and it's a lot of listening, a lot of education. So I really enjoyed that. And then in the afternoon, there's an area that's for smaller businesses and up and comings, new. They're all temporary. So my sister and I spent the afternoon downstairs looking for new product that's new to the market. We always try to, add as much as we can just to keep things interesting in the store. And, people come a lot to visit us, so we want to make sure that we have, new things for them to see all the time. So the new items that I ordered don't come in all in 1 week or 1 month or whatever. I have them all staggered out through the year so that they come in at the appropriate times. So that's kind of what we've been doing. Today, what do we do? Oh, today I'll be ordering all of Christmas for this coming up December, because I haven't had enough Christmas in my life.
My word.
So I have appointments with all my sales reps to look, and then after I fulfill those, I'll just look for new companies for Christmas. So that's what's going on.
Well, if you keep buying, you're going to have to put an addition on your building in Woodsville. That will be fun.
Trust me when I tell you, it's pretty empty right now.
Oh, man.
My husband was like, you need to really think. And I said to him, there's nothing in our basement right now. And he looks at me and goes, there's plenty down there. And he said, no, really, in the big picture, there's not. So we had a great year last year. We're very, very blessed. We have we are gaining new customers every day. But we really have some very loyal customers. So a lot of loyal customers,
It's good to hear.
I should say. So, yeah.
Well, enjoy your stay in Atlanta along with your sister. We look forward to our conversation the last Friday of the month.
Okay. Oh, it means the month that has 900 days will be over.
Yeah, it's
Thank
so
you.
true. Liz, have a great time.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There's Liz from Atlanta, Georgia. Excellent. 25 minutes after 8. Glad that you could be with us this morning. Steve and John and friends. We're moments away from chatting with Steve and Alberta Robbins from Mount Moosilauke Candies in Woodsville. That's coming up in just a few minutes here at Your Country WYKR. We'll be updating you on the weather forecast, and then we'll have that conversation. All coming up in the next few minutes. Right now, though, we're going to take a look at the weather forecast for the listening area. It's being brought to you by Housewright Construction, located at Route 5 near the historic Newbury Common. You may be thinking about building your dream house. You might be looking at a piece of land and need to know if it would be a good building site. Perhaps it's time to renovate a bathroom or to create cabinetry for your entertainment equipment. From crafting a house that nestles in the landscape to creating a cozy kitchen fit for a chef, HouseRight Construction has the professional know-how you need. HouseRight offers technical expertise and old-world craftsmanship, along with the old-fashioned business values of integrity and accountability. Whether you ask them to join you as your general contractor or want to consult with them at the earliest stages of your project, since 1985, HouseRight has brought a wide range of experience as a home builder in New Hampshire and Vermont. Large or small, they look at projects holistically, considering functionality and aesthetics, and they will be as dedicated to your project as you are. HouseRight Construction, Main Street South, Newbury, Vermont. Online at houseright.net.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any morning clouds and flurries giving way to increasing sunshine, highs only 15 to 20, gusty northwest winds through midday, diminishing this afternoon. Clear early tonight, then some clouds, some snow showers late, lows near 10 above, and tomorrow becoming cloudy, occasional snow and snow showers, steadiest south of Wells River, an inch or so, not as cold, near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, there you have it. 27 minutes after 8. We're not at 27 degrees. We probably won't hit that today. Maybe 17 for a high. Right now we're in the single numbers. And that is an updated look at the weekend weather brought to you by HouseRight Construction. They're located on Route 5 South right there in Newbury, just down the street from the historic Newbury Common. We'll be chatting with our guests, Alberta and Steve Robbins from Woodsville, about Moosilauke candies in just a couple of minutes.
Outdoor Almanac, brought to you by New Hampshire Fish and Game's Wildlife Journal.
Not long ago, several of us were in the woods. While we were there, we were treated to a variety of tracks in the snow. We saw turkey, fox, coyote, deer, snowshoe hare, and we thought wild boar. Boar and deer tracks are sometimes difficult to tell apart. We followed the tracks that we thought were boar and came to an area where 4 sets of tracks came together under an oak tree. There they had pawed through the snow looking for acorns. We found enough sign to determine that it was deer that we had been trailing, not boar. But still, it was time well spent on a sunny winter day. Tracks and trails are clues to a story. Tracking is often associated with hunting, but it can be done just to help understand nature. This knowledge won't come overnight, but learning to read the signs of nature can give you a different perspective on what's going on in your backyard.
Outdoor Almanac is brought to you by New Hampshire Fish and Game's Wildlife Journal, the magazine for people with outside interests.
So my engineers put me right on task. See, it's 8:30 pretty much. That's where we're supposed to be. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
Alberta.
Good morning.
How you doing? This is our Business Spotlight, third Friday of the month, brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. And this, pardon the pun, is going to be a sweet conversation.
It is.
Isn't it?
It is, yep. It is.
It's good. Mount Moosilauke Candies. All right, so you guys didn't start the business. Is that true?
That's true. Correct.
You purchased the business, so maybe a little history on it, how you guys came to being the owners.
We bought the business from Sherry Fullerton 4 years ago. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah. She used to be Steve's babysitter, so...
Wow. Uh-oh.
You
know, we're not trying to be quick on people's age here. Right. It was 3 or 4 years ago. She started the business over 30 years ago.
Yeah, been around a while.
She's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And she had an incredible talent. Her artistic skill with candies and her fudge making. She did the hard work.
So how'd you guys become interested in it?
I worked for her for a little bit.
Okay.
At the fairs, we'd go down and we'd work a day here or a day there to help her out. And she said she was going to sell it and asked if we wanted to buy it. And without discussing it, my husband said, yeah, we'll buy it.
And you guys are busy because you have a full-time job?
Yes.
And you have full-time jobs?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Kinda.
Because what do you do?
So I've got the property maintenance business now. I'm the fire chief still, but I worked at the ambulance full-time for 33 years. And I retired 3 years ago now from there.
Weren't you awarded something recently? Or last couple of years?
A couple of years ago, I got the EMS Provider of the Year from the North Country Public Safety Foundation.
That's what I thought. Yeah. And what do you do as full-time job?
I work at Harris's Publishing House up in Littleton doing plumbing pricing
Okay.
for database stuff.
Okay. So you guys are busy.
Yep.
So, another pun, you bit off and chew
Yeah.
a lot more added to your plate, right?
Yeah. So, you know, honestly, when we looked at buying it, when I talked about buying it, you know, my thought was that,
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, my thought process was that she can't do what I do in the property maintenance side of things, and you know, we've been fortunate that we've built a good business on that side, but I'm a little older than she is, and if it comes to the point that I can't work anymore, I want her to enjoy the lifestyle that she has, and I don't think that she could do it with the other business. So this just seemed to be the right time to give her something to sustain if I'm not able to work.
Okay. So as we all get older, so to speak.
Old.
Without old, he says, older.
Yeah.
All right. So when you bought the business, though, you were located where? Where were you?
And we rented a place in Bath.
That's what I thought.
The old Jamie Lynn's building.
Yeah. It used to be what? 603 Burgers?
603 Burgers. And yeah. So
Okay.
we bought that, and we were there for a couple of years, and then we moved up to 198 Central Street.
And you've been working on that like crazy the last few months.
We've been working on it since we bought it. Yeah. So when we bought it, obviously it was the Aqua Studio Gary Goodwin had.
Yeah.
When he passed away, the nonprofit sold the building to us. So it was set up to be the Aqua Studio, and so we took all the stuff out. We helped.
Yeah.
Drawing a blank. The fellow from that's on your radios from
Santos.
No.
No.
From
Yep.
the Chevrolet garage.
Okay.
He was part of the board there, so we helped him find
Ted
people.
Cooper.
Ted Cooper, that's
Yeah,
the guy.
there
Yeah. We helped him find some people that wanted some of the equipment, and they were able to sell that. We helped him move out, and then we had to install a full commercial kitchen, and we added a storage area on, and we're in the process now of putting a house up next door because my father and stepmother are coming back from North Carolina and need a place to live.
Yeah. So Bruce used to be fire chief.
He was,
years
yeah.
ago.
Yep.
Right here in Woodsville.
Yeah, they left in '96.
Yeah. I actually worked with Bruce way back at Northrop's in
Northrop.
North Haverhill. If you remember Northrop's,
I
some of
do.
us that are old enough,
Yep.
right? Next to Ames, that used to be in North Haverhill, which is
Right.
now Budget Lumber. Things change over there. It used to be Grossman's at one time.
Grossman's, I remember
And now we really
Grossman's
start dating
Forest
ourselves.
Hills.
That's Forest Hills too, right?
Yeah. Down the ramp to the toy section.
That's true. We would talk about the ramp all the time. That's like historic.
It is.
Isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, 'cause I guess there were two actually. One to get into the building and then another one to get out
Right.
into the
That's
toy
correct,
section,
'cause
right?
The cashier was down at the bottom of the ramp, one ramp.
That is true.
And then the other one went into the toy section.
Yeah. Meanwhile, our attention is actually focusing on Moosilauke Candies, believe it or not, with Alberta and Steve Robbins joining us this morning as part of the Business Spotlight, brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. What's the process? So what do you start with, and how long does it take to make a batch of fudge?
It takes about an hour to make the fudge.
That's not bad then.
No, time you get your ingredients put in it, and then you bring it up to temp, and then put your secret recipe thing in there, and then stir it, and we pour it.
Are there a lot of ingredients that go into a batch of fudge?
No, there's about four.
Okay. So how many flavors usually do you feature?
We do the main flavors, the peanut butter, chocolate peanut butter. So 7 to 15.
All right. So what's in this package?
You have maple,
Okay. And what's in this package? These are-
chocolate covered cherries.
You did these?
Yes.
So those are fancy. So you do some fancy stuff there.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of custom molds and stuff. And we'll probably get into it more in a little bit, but in part of the expansion of the business, she's doing more and more bridal showers.
I was just gonna ask
wedding,
that. Okay,
Wedding
gotcha.
favors and things like that.
All
but,
right.
But back to the ingredients, not knowing the business when we first bought it, the ingredients are key. it's amazing the things that Sherry learned over the years that make a huge difference. You know, we have a certain sugar that the fudge is made with. If you don't use that sugar, an off-brand sugar will make your fudge really grainy.
Okay. And you found that out?
We
found
that out.
Okay.
We were told that. We didn't try it. We
All
were
right.
told that. And we don't use any of the powdered ingredients. A lot of the tourist trap kind of stores that sell fudges, they use basically a powdered-based fudge. Everything. I'm not going to say we because this cat don't belong in the kitchen. Everything that
The
the
taste
girls
tester,
make-
right, Steve? You're the taste tester.
Once in a while,
right?
yeah. But it again, it's all about the ingredients. We typically, we always use Hatchland dairy product, 100% Hatchland dairy product, and the majority of the time, unless something comes up, we call and order it directly from the bottling plant, so you can't get any fresher.
I guess not.
And the maple fudge, when you try it, we have experimented with a couple different maple people. Some maple, the cooking process takes a lot of the flavor out of it, a lot of the maple flavor out. So we've found that Greg Jellison's maple is the best. So everything that we do maple is Greg Jellison's maple syrup.
Local again.
Local, yep.
Yeah, we try to do everything.
And
local.
and a lot of businesses try and keep it
Yeah.
local the best they can. That's important. You know, we're all in this together, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean.
So in regards to the weddings and booking some of that stuff in the future, people need to contact you sooner than later because here we are early into 2026, but you need some lead time, I would imagine.
Yes. I mean, if I can get lead time, that's great. I can do stuff off the top of our hats. I mean, we're doing a birthday party this weekend, so they came in yesterday and asked for some stuff to do, so we're going to do those. And
So typically, if a wedding is looking for your stuff, what would they order? What do people order if they're looking for special occasion stuff?
we've done one wedding that they did the bow tie pretzels. I can't think of the name of it.
Pretzels.
And we did the chocolate and white, and then we put their colors on it put them on a tray with the wedding bells and.
Okay. So we talk with Lauren Nelson, and lots of times, we're looking for new ideas with kitchens and stuff like that. So if somebody comes to you with a new idea, you've never done it before, you might give it a try. If
I
you
would
think
give
you
it a
can do
try.
it.
I
So
would
that's
give it a
important
try.
too. It's not like it's cookie cutter. This is what you get.
Right.
Nope.
You'll try something if you think you can do it.
And we can order different molds
Okay.
for different things.
Yep.
So one of the things that we did actually was my granddaughter's birthday party. Our granddaughter's birthday party is she did seashells.
Okay.
Chocolate seashells.
Sure.
In different colors, and then Regan's kind of a crafty one, so when we put them out at the party, she put them on brown sugar to look like sand, and it was
Nice.
just really a nice arrangement. So
Everybody has their own take on stuff, so you're
Yeah.
looking forward to hearing people's ideas. Where can we find your product, Moosilauke Candies?
We are in Hatchland Dairy.
All right.
We are at the Three Bears when they're open for the season. Dartmouth Hitchcock gift shop, and then on 198 Central Street.
How does the stuff end up at those stores that you just mentioned? Do you have to deliver it? They come get it? What's the deal?
We deliver it.
Are you looking to get into other locations?
I would love to get into other locations. So we were in Meriden, but they had sold the business, and we've never contacted back with the owner.
Okay.
So.
All right.
we were in Bliss until that sold, and they haven't reconnected with us. The next step is that we're currently working on a website and going to try some of the mail order stuff. We've had a few mail orders, and so the shipping, when you do a platter with some kind of fragile stuff, the shipping piece of it is something that we're learning as we go.
And timing.
Timing, yes.
And you ship something chocolate to Florida, and if it gets slowed down, you know, they might get a glob when it gets there.
That's so true. Yeah. So that's why I was saying timing and how it is shipped. That's important.
But what, you know, part of the growth is finding the balance, and that's we want to grow. But on the other hand, we don't want to take the quality away. Nothing is machine made over there. Every batch of fudge is stirred with a wooden spoon. It's got, you know, like the old brass thermometer is in the pot. There's no digital thermometers, and we, you know, so we're trying to base the growth on keeping the quality. We don't want to grow to just make money. We want to grow to keep the quality and share what we do.
Mm-hmm. So you said wooden spoon. Why a wooden spoon?
I don't know, because that's what Sherry did.
That's what Sherry did.
Okay.
We do everything the way Sherry did.
All right.
We're not changing. Well, Sherry did work.
If it works, why change it, right?
Yeah, why bother?
So we're talking with Steve and Alberta Robbins. They own Moosilauke Candies, and we're going to take a break and find out more when we come back. We have a message from Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank, who is the sponsor. We do this the third Friday of the month. Coming up next month, it'll be on Friday, February 20th, Honeybee Coffee and Tea, LLC, with Julie Porter, who's going to be chatting with us. Shouldn't it be an interesting conversation, too? Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Lori Riggy, Commercial Loan Specialist at Wells River Savings Bank. What makes a good bank? For some, it's convenience. For others, it's trust. At Wells River Savings Bank, you don't have to choose. For over 130 years, we've been more than just a bank. We've been your neighbors. We know our customers by name and care about the things that matter most to them. From supporting local youth sports and community projects to helping families and small businesses grow, every dollar that stays local helps our communities thrive. Because a mutual community bank like ours, your deposits don't just sit in an account. They go back into the community to make a real difference. Wells River Savings Bank, where community comes first and financial success follows. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It is our Business Spotlight. We do it the third Friday of the month, shortly after 8:30. And it's brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank, with Steve and Alberta Robbins, Mount Moosilauke Candy. Candy or candies?
Candies.
Candies. That's what I've been saying. So, good. All right. Glad you could be with us. So you took time off from your job this morning today?
I did.
The whole day? You got to go to work?
No, I said I'd go back in. I should have took the whole day, but it's too cold out.
Is your crew out plowing and sanding?
I actually did the early shift this morning. I started at 4 and went out and salted all of our parking lots, and the guys come in at 8, and I left them a little list of things to do. And
It's been a busy winter so far.
It's been crazy.
Man, snowing and sleeting and hailing and raining and ice.
I don't want to get off topic here.
That's fine.
But I've already used about 20-ton more salt this year than I did all of last year.
Really?
It's just been that winter.
Yeah.
So.
Now all of a sudden spring could be here.
Well, I think that's what we're going to do. I think winter came quick, spring will come quick. I think I heard on the radio a couple weeks ago, if you have March and January, you have January, March, and vice versa.
I think that was mentioned.
And I don't think we had March and January.
No,
so
I don't think so either.
Hopefully we'll be good when March gets here.
Let's find out where Moosilauke Candies is going to be with the fairs and some of the different events that might be happening in 2026.
So our first fair is North Haverhill.
Okay.
At the end of
July.
So we'll be there.
That kind of kicks off fair season.
That is. Yes.
So we can't jump. We can't jump in anything before that.
No.
And you'll do a few after that, I assume.
We do.
There you go. Come on.
I can't think of the name of it. Cornish.
Oh,
Cornish Fair.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah, we do Cornish Fair. It's a cute little country fair.
All right.
And then we go to Lancaster.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to Sandwich, which is not Sandwich, sorry. We go to the Big E, which is a 17-day fair. So I'm gone for 25 days.
Yeah,
in
and
September.
Sherry started that years ago. I believe she used to go to the Big
same
E.
Spot?
Yep, Sherry started that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we do dip chocolates there. That's a huge part of that fair.
Man, how do you keep it organized?
I
Because you're not making it there, are you?
No.
Not the fudge. We make the fudge here, and then we have people that come down during the week and stuff, and they'll bring us the
There you
product.
go. All right.
So, and we bought a refrigerated trailer.
I see that.
We can put some ahead. But, just the Big E, just to put it in perspective, a batch of fudge is 20 pounds. Okay? And she usually does the Big E, like between the Lancaster and Big E, and Lancaster is Columbus, not Columbus,
No.
Labor Day
Labor Day weekend.
And then we go into the Big E, and she's making upwards of 4,000 pounds of fudge between those two fairs in like 12 days. And so it's quite an undertaking. And then
That's wild.
then another one of Steve's wild ideas when somebody came up and said, "How would you like to buy a booth at the Deerfield Fair?" I said, "Sure." So we're at Deerfield now, which is overlapping with the end of
The Big E.
So we've got two fairs going on then. And then
So the Deerfield Fair is Steve's fair. I make him run that one.
yeah.
You get yourself into it.
Maynard and I went down last year. I hope I can get Maynard to go back. We had a great time. And then we hired a couple of people. And then after those two fairs, we come back and jump into Sandwich
Sandwich Fair is the last fair.
And then from there, it's craft fair, Christmas season, and then when you get into those seasons, it's the more of the chocolates and custom chocolate stuff.
All right, so people don't realize how busy you are behind the scenes. So your new location is across from Walmart, the entrance to Walmart right there by the light.
Yep.
When are you open, and are you open to the general public?
We are. We're gonna start having set hours, but we always tell everybody if they see a car and they want something, just stop. But our hours from now on are going to be Thursdays from 11 to 6, Friday 11 to 6, and Saturdays 10 to, we say 4, but we're usually there making stuff after, so.
Whatever.
Yep.
And there's going to be additional construction going on that property pretty soon.
There is now. Yeah.
Okay, because some rafters there, I see.
Yeah, the trusses are there, which is going to be, like I said, my father's house, but it's also going to be office space for she and I, for both businesses, because the growth of both is just outgrown.
Well, people don't remember, years ago there was a building there, there's a house there.
Yep.
People don't remember that.
Dale Fadden.
So what's the future of Moosilauke Candies? Sounds like you've got your handle on it. I mean, you've owned it now for over 4 years.
Yep.
Just steady growth, keeping the tradition.
Mm-hmm.
We're not looking to get crazy big. We've talked that it would be nice to maybe find a decent sized fair sometime during the winter in the south, and maybe try something like that. But it's just getting out there and the weddings, the birthdays, the showers. That's kind of fun stuff for the girls to try new things and meet new people.
I was going to ask you additional helpers. Maybe give them credit. Do you want to mention any of their names?
I have Sharon Lackey that works with me, Laurie Murphy, Jenny King, Lila Johnson, and April. What's April's last name?
James.
April James.
Mm-hmm. Get a lot then.
We do. They all help me, and Scott Slinsky comes and helps too. So I really appreciate all their help that they have given me in the
They're
past.
certainly underpaid.
And for you, because you've got construction equipment, you can haul the trailers and stuff around no problem.
No problem.
Do you have additional helpers helping you as well?
I have.
We like to mention people that are helping out.
Yeah,
it's important.
So my grandson works for us, Colby Heath. My son-in-law, Bryan Hubbard. We have Mike Becker that's on with us, and then in the winter we have Kevin DeFosi.
Okay.
So there's five.
A lot to it then behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's a lot, But again, we talk about some of the stuff that we talked about. But this has been a great community for us to build business.
Mm-hmm.
We started our business with dirt poor, and the first business with a $500 pickup and $1,000, $1,500 lawnmower, and now we've taken this business that Sherry built in this area, and we're growing it a little bit. But it's just an amazing area of supportive people.
Yeah.
And that's you grew up in a brand new business here.
That's right.
Your parents started this business,
Yeah.
and it's just. I can't say enough about the area that we live in.
And it's beautiful, too.
It is, and
Yeah.
the opportunity that's here.
Right.
A lot of people grow up and move away, but you don't necessarily have to.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about final comments, but those were pretty good. But I will ask you if either one of you have final comments today. That's a great conversation.
Yeah. For me, I just appreciate the area and the people in the area,
Cool.
and everything that we've been able to do here with both businesses, and that people are so supportive, and it's so nice that like Wells River Bank supports us by sponsoring this spot. And
That was very nice of them.
yeah, and so I just I can't say enough good about the area, and I didn't appreciate it as much until excuse me, until we had our accident almost 11 years ago now, and the outpouring then, and it makes you stop and realize what a great area we're in, and how much is here.
That is here for us. And
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody that, comes into the store
Sure.
and helps us out. And I'm a new business owner of candy that I never thought I was going to do. And I really love doing it. And the customers and our help is...
Yeah.
Good help. Good help.
Good help.
So there's future growth, as Alberta said. When the sign is out, you can stop in, even if it's not. If it looks like there's vehicles in the parking lot, stop in. We'll do our best to take care of you at Mount Moosilauke Candies.
Or call her and make an appointment.
Do that.
603-520-5928.
And do you have Facebook presence too, don't you?
Yep.
So you can go there and get all the contacts as well.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, good.
And website coming soon.
Excellent.
Website coming soon.
Good. Awesome. Sweet conversation, as we said. Mount Moosilauke Candies, right there in Woodsville. Steve and Alberta Robbins, the owners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Wells River Savings.
Second bank.
Yeah. Have a great weekend.
You too.
You too.
Good chatting with you.
You too.
8:54 here at your country, WYKR. We'll be updating you on the weather forecast right after these important messages. At 8:56, we take a break, look at the weather forecast for the listening area. That includes the upper Connecticut River Valley, northeast Vermont, northwest New Hampshire. Being brought to you by Dad's 4x Tool and Supply, locations in St. Johnsbury and right here in Wells River.
There's nothing like a nice, bright, sunny March day to make you feel alive. The sugar maples feel the same way, and that's when the sap starts running. Dad's 4x Tool and Supply has propane to fire your backyard sugaring operation, or if you have a bigger operation, we have propane for your finishing pan and canner. Dad's 4x Tool and Supply in St. Johnsbury and Wells River for all your propane needs. We can fill any size tank. And remember, Dad's always got gas.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any morning clouds and flurries giving way to increasing sunshine, highs only 15 to 20, gusty northwest winds through midday, diminishing this afternoon. Clear early tonight, then some clouds, some snow showers late, lows near 10 above, and tomorrow becoming cloudy, occasional snow and snow showers, steadiest south of Wells River, an inch or so, not as cold, near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.